Tuesday evening, running a few minutes behind. They've changed a lot of the live stuff, and it was having trouble getting things set up. It was trying to shoot in vertical instead of horizontal, and it was kind of a mess. So running a little bit behind, but hey, we are here. We are going. Got my helmet on from the Tractor Mike episode live the other night. Thought we would talk about these as well as a couple toys and have kind of a quick deal tonight. But it was kind of interesting. I started doing a little bit of research on these. We've talked about these when Tractor Mike and I had them on the Sunday night deal a couple weeks ago. Now, I have two of these. They are slightly different. Chevrolet Turret Top Body by Fisher Soapbox Derby helmets. I have two of these, found them at an auction recently. These are metal helmets. Leo's here. Leo, got your check today, so we're good to go. I'll get to work on that stuff here tomorrow. Randy's here. So these Chevrolet Turret Top Soapbox Derby helmets, didn't know anything about them. Brian Dispatch is here. Pete's on. So I did a little bit of research, because when we put them on Sunday night here a few weeks ago, I didn't know anything about them. I had just gotten them. So I thought I'd check these out. Alex is here. And what I found, it was kind of tricky to find stuff. When I first typed them in, there was like dozens of them that have been on eBay over the years and all this other stuff pops up. But what I did find that was kind of interesting, Dan's here. Old Cars Weekly. Obviously, we talk about Old Cars Weekly a lot. I work with those guys a lot. Old Cars Weekly actually had an article on this. Jim's here from 2014. Chevy generated goodwill through the Soapbox Derbies. So, a little bit of what it said in the article. That these actually, the Soapbox Derbies. No, I didn't even get the license plate ready tonight. We'll probably try to do that next week. Kenny's here. The uber rare, super amazing license plate I just found last week. Gonna get to that probably next week. So I've got a lot of stuff actually. These, came from an auction 3 or 4 weeks ago. I've got all the stuff from the auction last week. I even picked up some stuff at my own auction at the F&E Collector Auto Auction. I got a couple of signs from there to check out. So a lot of stuff to do. But these were getting kind of old. They had a few weeks on them. I wanted to get these in. So, but anyway, what this talked about in the Old Cars Weekly that I found from 2014 is a guy by the name of Myron Scott was an artist and photographer and art director at the Dayton Daily News in Ohio. In 1933, he photographed 6 boys racing wooden contraptions down a hill just using gravity for power. And he got the idea for the Soapbox Derby. Where's the airplane propeller? Yeah, that's true. It doesn't have any of those, Bill. These actually do have a pretty cool insignia stamped into the top of them, though. Ryan and Amy are here with us. Dennis made it tonight. The first official race run in Akron, Ohio, attracted 330 entries and 40,000 spectators. This is in the mid-30s. This led to a sponsorship by a local Chevrolet dealer. Later, Chevrolet picked up the national sponsorship for the Soapbox Derby. This is in the mid-30s. In 1937, Chevrolet hired Scott as the assistant director of the public relations. Wear that on Sunday. We wore it on, Tractor Mike and I wore these on Sunday a couple weeks ago, so. It does kind of look like a Bel Air hood ornament. That is true. You're not too far off with that, Pete. And actually, back in the day when they were really involved with this, Chevy actually supplied kits to kids to help build the cars. This was all part of a community involvement type deal with Chevrolet. That's where they were going with this thing. The GM Quality Dealer Program actually included in the contract that specified dealers had to do community service and support their local communities. It was part of what they wanted their dealerships to do. Yeah, no problem, Bill. I understand that. That's for sure. I know when Carlisle and Hershey are happening in your part of the world, you do get busy. But the Soapbox Derby, Chevrolet was involved with it for years, from the mid-30s all the way up to the early 70s. So 35 years or so, they were heavily involved. The relationship between Chevrolet and the Soapbox Derby and Akron-based Firestone Tires were all three that helped back this day. Dennis actually ran the Soapbox Derby in '68. That's cool. I never thought about that some of you guys had actually been involved in it. So maybe you can elaborate on some of this. Maybe you've seen some of this type of stuff, back when you were involved with it. But it went all the way up. Like, so it started in the mid-30s. Chevrolet was involved every year as a national sponsor all the way up until the early 70s. It ended because of John DeLorean, which is it's kind of crazy to think for as big a car guy as John DeLorean was. That's right, Randy. They were building a relationship with future buyers. That's exactly what they were trying to do with their community involvement programs. But John DeLorean, after attending one soapbox derby race, based on what this article from Old Cars Weekly said, and if you do any studying on John DeLorean, he was definitely more of the Hollywood crowd. Being involved in a little race with kids was not something he was interested in. So he basically killed it. John DeLorean killed it in 71, I believe. Our Chevy sponsorship ended in 72. So 71, 72. Still have the helmet and the wheels and the axles. So was it like this, Dennis, were the helmets like these we've got here from 68? Or do you think these are earlier? Or what? But like I said, I knew nothing about them. They showed up at an auction. I'm like, these are way too cool. Said Chevrolet right on them. So thought they were excellent pieces that I needed to have. Whether I needed them or not, I don't know. But I thought they were cool. They are metal, and just didn't know anything about them. So that was kind of excited to find the article that Old Cars Weekly had run in 2014 that gave us a little bit more information about Chevrolet's involvement with the Soapbox Derby organization and how big of a deal that was. Obviously, it was all before my time and something that I never really knew much about. But these were too cool, especially with the Chevrolet logo on them, to not snag and add to the collection. So definitely thought we would throw those in there. We got a guest up here right now. What are you doing, dum-dum? Merle. Hello, kitty kitty. Yes, hello, dum-dum. What are you doing? Did you come up to help? Hey, can I put the helmets over here? You want to wear one? You want to wear a helmet? You don't think much of that, do you? Yep, that's right, Randy. I couldn't pass them up. Tweedly D's here with us. So I thought we'd check those out tonight, and also had a super cool toy. Yeah, Pete's by the Camaro. That I did sit out a toy for tonight. Like I said, I don't have a lot ready tonight. It was kind of busy. But definitely wanted to talk about the helmets a little bit more since we had them out for the episode a few weeks ago. But the other thing I found from the same auction, and this is a great piece. I love this. Check that thing out. Little mobile tanker truck. This thing is super cool. I'm going to show you how big it is, too. Let me get a tape measure because it's a smaller toy. It's only about 9 inches long, so it's not a big one. But obviously, great piece with the stickers still intact. I'm going to take a little closer look at this thing. It is a Tootsie mobile tanker. Like I said, about 9 inches long. All the original wheels are there. Original paint, original stickers. So I was kind of excited to snag this piece as well in this condition. Jim, big fan of Tootsies. Yeah, I thought that was a great one in that condition for sure. Pete's digging it. Yeah, I thought it was great. Not perfect because it's been played with, but it does. You're right, Randy. It does look like a Mac. But considering its age, it looks pretty good. Number 1 is here. No, you're not early. We're about done tonight, actually. I didn't get a lot of stuff ready for tonight, just a few things, and I knew I wanted to spend a few minutes on the Chevrolet Soapbox Derby helmets. So definitely wanted to check those out, and kind of cool that Dennis actually remembered being involved in that and being part of the Chevrolet Soapbox Derby in the 60s. So, a little bit of history about it. Jim said they were Max. Okay, well, that explains why they look like it. So, did manage to find a little bit of history about the helmets. Weed Walker tour. Oh, yeah, we can get the Weed Whacker up here. But at least I know, and I hope now you guys know a little bit more about the Chevrolet Soapbox Derby helmets that Tractor Mike and I were wearing. Who knows? They may pop up again. You never know. Tractor Mike's coming back. He may need a helmet. Actually, the way he hits those Busch Lattes while we're on live, he may need the helmet to be safe. I'm not sure. He put away a lot of Busch Lattes that night, so he might have to wear the helmet. So anyway, that's about what I've got for tonight. Like I said, quick episode tonight. I've got a lot of stuff to share with you on the upcoming Toy Tuesdays. I've just got to get it sorted out. Like I said, a lot of stuff from the auction last week, some stuff from my auction. I've got boxes piled over there. I grabbed some of the highlights that we shared with you guys in the auction the other night. Already shipping some of that stuff out, but a lot more cool stuff in there and several pieces that I'm adding to my collection that we're definitely going to share with you on upcoming Toy Tuesdays. So that being said, I'll keep an eye on comments here for just a few more seconds as we get ready to wrap this one up. What else is coming up this week? Hats are cool for all things. That's right. 79 Cutlass new inventory video. I got that one done yesterday. I hope you guys checked out the Studebaker video from last night. And should have one of those Pittsburgh State University Auto Tech program videos up later this week. Talked to Dr. Frisbee today and getting some of the fine details put together that we want to put into the text part of that video. So hopefully have one of those Pittsburgh State University Auto Tech program videos up later this week as well. And then, of course, Sunday night, 7 o'clock, we will be back again for Sunday night live chat. When does Tractor Mike graduate high school so he can upgrade to the old Milwaukee? That's true. This would be great to wear in storms. Don't have to worry about hail. It'd probably ring your bell pretty good, though. So, yeah, but I got to go out in the truck and go out the yard and get parts for Ryan Studebaker. So I got to do that, too, this week. So anyway, that being said, I'm going to jump off. Thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for swinging by for a few minutes. And we'll get some of those other videos up this week. And definitely hope to see you all back right here 7 o'clock Sunday night for Sunday Night Live Chat. Thanks for watching, everybody.